A month ago, I wrote a guitar solo for a contest or a guitar solo challenge posted by a very talented guitarist based in the Philippines. Now, considering the logistics for the prizes, he only made available the prizes for guitarists based in the Philippines. But despite that, there were still a lot of entries, or non-entries, in fact, coming from like Filipinos or like guitar players living abroad, basically. And I guess it was just for fun, and I was one of them. So I listened to the backing track, and of course I found it interesting. And because of that, I was able to write like a guitar solo that I was pretty happy about. But then it happened, the inevitable curiosity, the curiosity for what the others, or for what others submitted. And you know, every time I do this, it's not to punish myself, definitely not. Especially my mental health. But unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. When I, as a guitar player, go online and watch videos from like super impossible guitar players from all over the world, I can think of roughly 3 things that can happen as a result. The first would be me ignoring the video or the guitar player altogether because what he's doing or she is doing is not my cup of tea. The second one would be me feeling inspired because what the person is doing is something that I could get into or that I could do myself, possibly, something like that. And then the last one is, I mean, I'm just gonna call it grief, because it's the fact that, or it's the reality that no matter how much I do with my guitar playing, there's just always somebody, or there's always many out there who are better. So let me give some examples of what I'm talking about. First one, I would be watching a video and then I would think to myself, oh, this guy doesn't have a full-time job. That's why he has all the time in the world to practice. Or something like, oh, he's playing so fluidly, but it's because he has lots of reverb or delay, something like that. That's called denial. Number 2, it's the times when I would practice so hard, like I would practice a lick so hard, or like a riff or a lick, whatever, and then even after like hours and hours of practicing the thing, I'm still not able to play it well. So what I would do is I would clean, like scrub the bathroom floors, take it out on I don't know, like the PlayStation game, like take it out on the enemies of whatever game I'm playing, or clean the dishes. I mean, it's basically, it's just to have an outlet for the anger. Number 3, if only I had better equipment. Or if only I didn't have to work full time, you know, I would have more time practicing the guitar, therefore I would play better. That's called bargaining, actually. Number 4, this is the time when I don't even want to pick up the guitar because I would feel like, what's the point? You know, I mean, why would I even bother to play or practice? Because it's not leading to anything. I mean, it's basically like depression or feeling really sad about the activity of playing the guitar. And thank God it's not like clinical depression, but it's still like depression in a way. Now, I don't like going through any of the phases or stages that I mentioned because they stop me from enjoying the guitar. And you know, that should be the whole point of it all, right? And yes, these 4 things that I mentioned are 4 of the 5 stages of grief by Kubler-Ross. And though the first 4 can happen in any order and some can even be skipped, the ideal thing is to end on the last part, the 5th stage, which is acceptance. Now for me, this is when I realized that despite the many great guitar players out there, I can still say a lot with my guitar playing, with my own guitar playing. And this happens to me randomly, meaning that I don't necessarily force myself to accept. Though there are certain things that I've learned throughout the years to help me reach the stage of acceptance. First one is realizing that whoever I'm watching and whatever super impossible thing that they're doing on the guitar took a lot of time, and that they had to practice really hard to get it and to be able to record it and eventually post it online. The second one is realizing that I too am capable of doing interesting solos, licks, or riffs, and that I can even progress or that I can progress even further if I just took the time and effort. The third one is the idea that holding myself back from doing like a cover song or something that's already been done before is exactly that. It holds me back. You know, just because like a bunch of guitar players have already covered this particular song doesn't mean I can't put my own interesting touches on it. The last one, number 4. I've come to learn that my relationship with the guitar and music, it starts on a personal level every time. Meaning that even if I'm posting something online, the most important audience is myself. Meaning that if I'm not happy with what I'm doing, then what's the point of posting it online in the first place? And that's it. Unfortunately, this whole grief thing can reoccur. It can happen over and over depending on the situation. What's important is to basically blaze through the first 4 stages and to always arrive at the last one, because that's where we grow. That's where we improve.